What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Today we are doing full moon in Sagittarius energy reading. We're just going to get right into it. We have pile number 1, clear quartz. They're all clear quartz. Pile number 2, and pile number 3. All you need to do is take a deep, mindful breath in, focus on the 3 piles, and choose the one that resonates with you. If more than one pile pops out at you, then there's more than one message out there for you. Again, we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. If I get around to putting the timestamps, I might put the timestamps, but this is live, so who knows. Again, full moon in Sagittarius reading, and we're just going to get right into it with pile number 1. Pile number 1, full moon in Sag energy reading. We're going to get right into the tarot. Card number 1, 8 of Pentacles, perfection. 3 of Wands, communication. Page of Cups, loyalty. And we have the 4 of Wands, celebration. All right. So it looks like we're building a community that we can trust here. It looked like before we couldn't trust the people that are around us. Some of us, we have people that are very jealous. They think that we think that we're perfect, but that's not the case. So some of you really have to start using some discernment on who's actually loyal to you and who's not. And through communication, that's how you're going to find out, because it looks like a lot of you guys are an empath and you can feel what's right and what's wrong. So when you make these connections with these people, when you get that uppity, snobby energy from them, then those are the people that you need to kind of distance yourself, or probably kill with kindness if you can't distance yourself, because it looks like some of you may work with this person or have to be in close communication with this person. So they just don't see you for who you really are. It's a jealousy thing, so they, it's not you, it's them. So we're just using discernment. 3 of Wands, communication. That also means celebration. So we have 2 celebration cards and 2 cards actually meaning communication. So we're going to be coming together and building that community that we can trust here. And it's going to work out for you financially as well, because this 8 of Pentacles is putting in the work. So as soon as you put in the work to build this community that you can trust, then it should be lucrative for you. Blessings. All right. Right along with the work that you're putting in, some of you guys are putting the shadow work in, all the work in. Some of you guys have just been doing nothing but the work. And the fruits of your labor are coming through here. We have protection. Okay. So with this green and this empathy on the table, we really have to start protecting our energies, being very careful about who we let around us. Again, with that loyalty, we got people around us who just think that we're all that. So be very, very careful. Start protecting your energies, or else, this could go sideways. Liberation, free yourself. Yeah, there's someone around you, and they're very gossipy. They're very gossipy. They're in other people's ears, and you need to free yourself from this person. It says, free yourself. And what's crazy is, for a lot of you, is that they're the little birdie in your ear, and they're the little birdie in other people's ears. So they may be telling you one thing and telling other people another. And I feel like you can intuitively or feel, because you'll get a feeling. It's not an intuition, it's a feeling for a lot of you guys. It's an internal feeling. I welcome clear vision and inspired action. That 8, we got more birds on the table. That's guidance, and that's getting that guidance through the work that you're putting in. A lot of you guys just needed some clarity and some clarification, and some things are going to change up in your life so that you can get that clarification here. Some of you guys are getting a lot of messages, but we have to be careful because some of those messages aren't for don't have our best interest at heart. New Moon in Gemini, think through it again. That's that discernment. That's that discernment, because look, there's going to be text messages, emails, actual messages from your guides. Those are the ones that you're definitely going to be listening to. But when it's someone in your ear and it's making you feel in a negative space, then that's the people that we need to liberate ourselves from, protect ourselves from. But there's somebody around you that's just chirping in everybody's ear. You need to think on that. Black feather. Warning, quiet loss. So feathers, 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 feathers. That's messages, that's guidance. These messages that are coming through from your guides, they're warning you about something. That quiet, meaning sit in silence, so that we can get the right messages and not the wrong messages. Because somebody's going to be trying to throw you off track here. So we're going to quiet our mind, sit in silence a little bit more, protect our energies a lot more, and listen to these guides that are trying to talk to you, because they're trying to tell you about something dark coming up here. A lot of you guys, it's going to be a loss, or it's going to feel like a loss. So whatever we need to let go of now, I would let go of it now before Spirit comes through and starts yanking things away from you. All right, so we're communicating. We're building a team of people that we can trust. There's some expansion, there's some growth. We're protecting our energy because we are an empath. When we're next to people and we're communicating people, we're listening to that internal feeling, not your intuition, because your intuition is blocked by I don't know. I can't really get a clear answer on that. But the intuition is blocked. But your empathy isn't. Your empathy isn't. So when you get a feeling, a gut feeling about someone, those are those guides speaking to you and letting you know which ones you need to liberate yourself from and which ones you can put in this secret group of people that you can trust. All right? So we're going to sit in silence, think through it. Don't overthink it, though, because your guides will give you clear vision and inspired action. All right, pile 1, that's you. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful day, and always be mindful of your growth. We are headed to pile 2. Clay quartz chip, pile 2. We're getting right into your tarot. This is full moon in Sagittarius reading. Card number 1, guidance, the Hierophant. That's about discipline, structure, journaling, writing shit down, but definitely some discipline, some world knowledge, just kind of broadening our horizons on the things that we know, so we're not so dead set in our old-fashioned ways. There we go. More knowledge. We have the Page of Swords, education. Yeah, so we're traveling. Some of us are going to college. Some of us are just renewing our education, but some of us are just getting out there and finding out more things about themselves. Some of you guys are lone travelers, and some of you guys are just getting on a journey of self-discipline and trusting more. There's a crown chakra blockage here, so we overthink, we're indecisive, there's a disconnect from spirit, so we got to be careful there. Grief, 5 of Cups. Okay, so some of us are going to be on a journey of healing, and that's when we're really going to be finding out about ourselves, is when we're going to be cutting things off and feeling this loss here. For some of you guys, it's going to feel really shitty, but it just marks the beginning of this journey here. Some of you guys are meant to be like a grief counselor, or you're meant to be healing other people through their grief. But yeah, just educate yourself more about this gift here, because through your own healing is where you're going to be able to educate other people and just learn more about yourself. Oh boy, we have the Tower, transformation. So deep spiritual awakening, shadow work, the whole fucking shit. Things are gonna come crumbling because we're holding on too tightly to something. A lot of change is gonna happen, a lot of crying, a lot of emotional release. Oh boy, it's gonna get fucking rocky, pile 2, unfortunately. There's gonna be a lot of loss here, I'm sorry to say. But we can't be afraid of the change that it's going to bring. Some of us, it's that indecisiveness. We just need to make a fucking decision, and we need to stand firm of it and not be afraid. Well, no, sorry, the fear is going to be there, but we have to do it even though we're afraid. There's things that need to be done, but we're afraid to do them, or we're afraid to speak up about a certain situation. And if we don't do that now, then this Tower moment is going to be even more shitty. Than we're going to be sitting in victim mode instead of using this as an educational tool. But some darkness is coming in, pile 2, I'm sorry. Happiness, yes. After the change, we got the transformation, we got the butterfly, which confirms that after this shitty shit, after we let go, after spirit comes through and does a clean sweep, then that happiness is going to come. But it has to be a deep, deep, deep change. Fruition. All right, some of us have been busy manifesting something, but we have to heal through this grief and through this trauma before it can come to fruition. It's all about this healing process, nurturing ourselves. Resilience. Okay. Some of us have an addiction issue, and some of us are holding on to past trauma. We're just holding on tight. Some of us have a separation issue, fear of abandonment, just that loneliness is uncomfortable. There's a denial going on here, pile 2, to what you might be over-consuming. It's draining. I am of the earth and in harmony with nature. Look at that nature there and this nature here. That means that you need to start consuming more natural things. Whatever this is right here, it's got to go. It's a drug, it's an alcohol, it's a food, it's a whatever, but we're doing too much of it. And we need more natural, more raw things in our life, more earthly things in our life. Talk less, feel more. This empathy is rising in you, pile 2. This empathy is rising. All right, so we're educating ourselves. This guidance, this talk less and feel more. See how you're just sitting in silence, connecting with these guides and not just doing the work because you feel like it needs to be done. We're letting go. We're working through this grief because you're a healer, pile 2. You're supposed to be helping people through their grief. You're supposed to be like a grief counselor. This talk less and feel more. But you're not supposed to absorb their pain. You're just supposed to observe it. Third eye, enlightenment, vision, mindfulness. There goes that intuition. That intuition. So everything is getting heavy. The intuition, the empathy, the healing process, the dredging up old traumas, the getting rid of the denial and kind of holding ourselves accountable for the energies that we put ourselves through. We are manifesting this happiness right here. But unfortunately, it's gonna get harder before it gets better, because there's a lot of pain and there's a lot of letting go. And there's a lot of fear and feeling alone. So put yourself out there, communicate more, prepare yourself for the storm. Be careful with your addictions. We need to start detoxing a lot, connecting with the earth so that all of this can just shine through. All right, pile 2, that's a crown chakra blockage. That tower moment's coming through, but it's just going to lead you right into change and transformation and into this happiness. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful day, and always be mindful of your growth. Now we're getting into pile 3. Pile 3, another clear quartz. This is your full moon in Sagittarius reading. We're just going to get right into the tarot. Trust, Knight of Pentacles. So some of us have been getting impatient about what we've been manifesting or what we feel like we deserve. Some of us have been real impatient about the place where we think we should be. Just trust in your path and trust that you're manifesting, because you're blocking yourself with that lack of trust and that impatience and doubt. It's thick with doubt. There's some denial and all that. Truth. Some balance here. So if you're looking for clarification or justification or closure on something, it can only be got through forgiveness and communication. But you have to be open to forgiveness as well. But some of you guys, you have been looking for like some validation, clarification, or some closure, and that's coming through. The truth is going to come out. Some of you guys have been feeling like you've been like the low man on the totem pole, maybe doing all of the work and not getting enough of the credit. But soon all that good shit's going to start swinging back your way. But don't pour yourself into things that aren't giving you the same energy. That's where that balance is coming from. So if you're pouring yourself into something that you don't trust is going to give you the same energy back, then you can only blame yourself for that, pile 3. Four of Pentacles, control. You guys are trying to control this journey. You guys have to know everything. There's a desperation, like you guys are holding on to an outcome. We have to let go of that outcome. There's a solar plexus chakra blockage, and that is somebody trying to control a change instead of going with the flow. This pile needs to go with the flow more. Queen of Pentacles, stability. That trying to control is making things unstable. It's that trying to control. We have the 2 here, meaning balance. We have that, meaning balance. So you're doing too much. You are going to burn yourself out. Thinking that you know how this path is supposed to go. You have no idea how it's supposed to go. You just need to kind of just sit and enjoy the ride. And just make sure everything is in equal balance. If all you're doing is work, that burnout is going to come. If you're trying to control an outcome, then burnout. Family, yep. Some of us are trying to force a change within our family situation, and you got to let that go. Everything is going to be okay. Things are going to change. Some acceptance needs to be had, but everything's going to be all right. But you can't control this. Everything cannot go your way. In this type of situation, there has to be some equal balance here. Beauty. All right, so we're making comparisons of ourselves here. We got to stop doing that, because this is where the burnout's going to affect us the most, is we're just going to be insecure. Because we know what we want, we're going to go for it, we go for it. But it's that controlling that's going to burn us out and make us lose a little bit of confidence here. So let's connect back to this, to the beauty of life, to the beauty of who you are. You are nurture. Some of you guys need to be careful, because this reading is screaming fertility. So whether you want that or not, that's what this reading is saying, is fertility. But we have to stop and smell the roses a little bit. Most of the time our glass is half empty. Vertigo, whatever you choose will be correct. So yeah, you manifest from your inner thoughts. And there's no balance there. You're either in the past or you're in the future. You're not centered when it comes to your thoughts. So if we're making comparisons, if there's some jealousy, if we're thinking that we should be ahead, or if we're doubting our path that's already paved out for us, then we're manifesting more of that. We're manifesting more struggle. When all we have to do is go with the flow and change our thoughts here. More positive thoughts, more dwelling in gratitude, more seeing the beauty in things, and not seeing, oh, well, how do I work on this, or how do I change this, or how do I make this more? No, we're just seeing the light and the beauty in it. Collaboration brings more sweetness into my life and into the world. So all of you feeling like you have to do everything by yourself. You've been busy. There's going to be some change. Butterflies here. Lots of drastic change because you've been busy doing the work. You have to trust. You have to trust in this path here. You work too hard. You need to start asking for help more. Clear your mind. Minding the future, minding the past. Minding the future, minding the past, never in the present. Air, imagination, aspiration, movement. All this yellow on the table, that's success, that's divine guidance, but it's also an anxiety and it's also control, trying to control something. You need more breath, more stillness, more flow, more silence, more alone time. And you need to not feel guilty about that. There's a guilt when you ask for help. There's a guilt when you feel like you need a vacation. You need to get rid of that guilt. Collaborate more, start seeing the beauty in things, find the balance here. Whatever you're trying to control inside this family, it's not going to go your way, honey. I'm sorry. It's not. There needs to be some acceptance here. All right, that's pile 3, full moon in Sag. I have a witches retreat coming up this summer, August 26th through the 29th, Witches, Weed, Wine, and Whatnot retreat. You can get that in the description down below. Follow Witches, Weed, Wine on Instagram, Hoodrat, Hippie, Tarot on TikTok. Make sure you go through the links in my website because there are a lot of scammers out there. I do not DM clients. I do not DM clients. I do not DM clients. So if you see my face and my name in your DM trying to get a reading for you, that's not me. That's somebody that you need to report and block and all that. Again, Witches, Weed, and Wine on Instagram, the Cussing Card Reader on YouTube, and Hoodrat Hippie Tarot on TikTok. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful day, and always be mindful of your growth.